Hello everybody, Ray Garn with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. And this week is a huge week in comics. I don't know if you've seen the list of new issues this week, but it's tremendously. But the biggest of them all, Batman. Number 158, Hush 2 starts. Now, if you're familiar with Hush 1, this is one of the biggest series of Batman books that was been done in probably the last 20 or 30 years. This one here is going to be brought to us by Jeff Loeb, and our artist, of course, is the legendary Jim Lee. And inks is by Scott Williams. The colors are by Alex Sinclair. And then everybody else that's involved, I'm not going to go through every single person. We started out at the Gotham Reservoir, and we're releasing Jokerfish, this type of piranha. Now, Batman's going on about how this is kind of odd because, Joker doesn't tend to repeat himself. He shows up, gets hit by a crowbar, and then kicked into the reservoir and attacked by the piranhas. Now, to protect himself from the piranhas, Batman pulls off his cowl because it will either inject tear gas, or spray tear gas in the face of the person, or give out an electric shock. However, it shocks the fish and Batman, leaving him for what looks to be dead. The Joker is finding this extremely funny, and this big beast of a guy. Now, I don't remember him, so I don't know that he has appeared before. But he tells Joker on your knees, and basically it pops his eardrums. Then we cut to the Watchtower. We find out that Batman has been cut off from the surveillance from the Watchtower. Barbara and Dick are trying to figure out what's going on. And they point out that basically either they're being jammed, which should be impossible, or Bruce is being jammed. After some CPR from a young, beautiful lady, Batman awakens to find Talia al Ghul has administered the CPR to get him back up and running again. And she basically tells him she was in town to check on her son, and she has more than a passing interest in the health of his father. Then we cut to what's going on as Hush has captured the Joker, and he's basically torturing the Joker. Actually, says as he throws scalpels into him that he's cut several key spots and he will bleed out in a few hours. You may ask the question, who will mourn you? And after that, we cut back to Batman. He's in the Batcave studying the destroyed suit. Once he turns everything back on, he's like, Barbara's like, "You're back online. I was on my way." It's like, "What are you talking about? Or what are you talking about?" It's like, "Your signal dropped off. I was been trying to reestablish contact, but either you or we were being jammed." Batman's like, "We've been compromised. Initiate lockdown." And he shuts everybody out. So then he goes back to actually being a detective. Something's often lost in some of the Batman books. Studying Joker's shoe. And it leads him to an amusement park. Let's see, we actually have a name on the amusement park. Amusement Mile. He gets attacked by some basic little death trap deal. Pistol hands closed like the Joker, show up and start shooting at him. He gets through them all, batarangs them. And he finds the Joker pinned to this wheel with video feeds showing basically things from The Killing Joke and Death in the Family. And Batman realized it was never about the Joker. Tommy Elliott, Hush has returned. To be continued. This book gets into the action extremely quickly. The art, of course, is by Jim Lee, so it's amazing. It is very brutal, so it's a little rougher than what the average Batman book is. So, be warned about that. I mean, basically, he tortures the Joker. And it's going to be a multi-issue series, so come on, Cap. So there's no telling, I'm sure they've actually announced it's probably at least an 8 to 12 issue series, though. And it's going to be good. Could not recommend this more if you're a Batman fan, if you enjoyed the first Hush run, if you're wanting just to collect, a super important comic book issue. Because this, Hush's return is going to be a big deal. It's been a long time since we've had a major story involving him. So it's, tremendously going to sell. I already have a ton of pre-orders for it. So, don't miss your opportunity. I mean, there will be reprints of it, but it's always better to have a first edition if you can get it. Speak softly, carry a big stick, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.